So UFC Fight Night, namajunas versus ribas just happened. This is my second time doing this because the first time I included like clips trying to show you what happened in the fight. And that video got blocked immediately. Off rip, it got blocked. So we're literally talking about one man. Where is he? Here he is. We're talking about Payton Talbott. Payton Talbott is a menace to this division. All right, he just smoked Cameron Saaiman, who was a very highly touted prospect, in 2 rounds. He smoked him in 2 rounds, completely outclassed him. Like, if we look at the stats for the fight, and if we just like go to this, he absolutely smoked Saaiman. Took him. He was piecing him up in the first round, finding the mark. And normally when Talbot fights, people would know that, he usually starts off a lot slower, and so that led at least me to believe that his style requires time for him to really find find the range, find the mark, take his time. I thought that was really his style. And I thought that someone like Cameron Saaiman, who's fast, explosive, will get in there quick and start throwing immediately, would be able to stump that, or like stop that in his tracks, so he wouldn't be able to find his mark. No, he just chose to start off slow. First round, the man is immediately coming out, putting the pressure down, walking Saaiman down, finding their mark. He slowly and slowly starts making the reads better and better. And eventually Cameron Saaiman tries to step in with a 2-1. And as he goes, he throws the 2, and as he's coming in with the 1, he gets caught right on the chin by a check left hook that wobbles him, has him stumbling, but he doesn't get dropped. Then he, circles out, throws a leg kick, and as he shoots in for a takedown, Talbot throws a knee up the middle, and it sounded exactly like Omalley and Vera's knee. And funny enough, Saaiman ate it just like Omalley and Vera. Well, he didn't eat it, but he was able to recover, and he was able to survive the round because it happened early on in the round. It happened like a minute and 30 seconds in. But man, Saaiman just could not get it going. He was struggling, couldn't find the mark. He was trying to get a body kick working. Talbot eventually was able to start just catching and timing every body kick. I mean, and going more in depth into it, Talbot was just able to big brother him. He looked bigger, he looked stronger, faster, he looked calmer. Like, Talbot just knows what he's doing at all times. And I thought this was going to be a much, much closer, much more competitive matchup. Because Saaiman is a beast. And Talbot smoked him. So seeing that, there's got to be some change right now. They got to switch something up. Well, not like switch something. They got to really, really up his opponents. And there's a couple in mind that I think would be good for him. So, maybe not Rini Nakamura. Don't give him Rini Nakamura. I think Nakamura still beats him. I think a guy like Nakamura would beat him. With his wrestling, probably. But I think you give him a guy like Marcus McGee, 5-fight finish streak, actually. 3-fight finish streak in the UFC. That'd be good. That'd be really good. Who else? Uh, no, no, not him. You give him maybe a Fareed Basharat, a Davy Grant would be good. Maybe a Javid Basharat, a Daniel Marcos, Adrian Yanez. But I think the one that really like makes me think Saeed Nurmagomedov. I think a guy like Saeed Nurmagomedov would be awesome for to fight for a fight against against Talbot. Saeed Nurmagomedov, 100%. Because like who was like look who he's beat. You know, Stamen, Silva de Andrade. Fuck off. What the fuck? So I can't even pronounce his name. I can't pronounce this fucker's name. Uh, you lost to Jonathan Martinez, but you win Gafarov. And like, I keep saying "and like" a lot. I don't know why. It's just like a demeanor thing. There's just not a lot of guys that, yeah, you could set Talbot against Douglas Silva de Andrade. Honestly, there's just so many options at this point. When you smoke a guy like Cameron Saaiman, when you smoke a guy like Saaiman in 2 rounds, it's time to bump you up a bit. We're not giving you these bums anymore. We're not giving you a Nick Aguirre anymore. Okay, when you smoke a guy like Cameron Saaiman who's that good, you're getting the Marcus McGee's, the Fareed Basharats, the Eamon Zahabis. Like you're getting the good guy, and you beat one of these guys. Time to start really thinking about you as a real threat. You're getting top 10 off rip. I think if he smokes another guy, like maybe like a Daniel Marcos or Douglas Silva de Andrade, or literally just any one of the guys I listed. I think if he smokes a guy like McGee, I think if he smokes a guy like Basharat, if he smokes a guy like Zahabi, the other Basharat, Davy Grant, Douglas de Andrade, Daniel Marcos, maybe like an Adrian Yanez or a Saeed Nurmagomedov. Literally any one of those guys, you got to give him a top 15 fight. It's not even a question. And honestly, he has some really fun and interesting matchups. I want to see how he would look against a guy like Batista or Font or Phillips. Let's see how he does against someone with those nasty leg kicks like Jonathan Martinez, or how he does against maybe a Song Yadong or Piotr Yan, whose track record is not looking too good as of recent. But thank God he got that win over Song, because oh my God, I love him. I love Piotr. Please, Piotr, have my children. But I really think that he's a much bigger threat than I once anticipated. I thought Saaiman was going to be able to beat him. I really did. And judging from these, you could tell he did not. Look at this. Oh, I don't think I can show this. Never mind. So yeah, man, he's just a real threat. And I guess really quickly, I'll just go through the rest of the division, or rest of the fight card. Usman versus McParkin. McParkin, like I said, better technically. You just beat him. Andre Lima was piecing up Igor Severino, and Severino was actually doing well. And Severino got mad, and he bit him fucking hard. Severino got cut. This bitch won. Didn't know it. Got this wrong. Jarno Aarons decided he was gonna, fight for his life and fight for his contract, and he schooled Steven Nguyen. This one I got right. Miles Johns, just better than Cody Gibson. Got this one right, eh? Julian Rosa guillotined Ricardo Ramos. Who would have thought? Halaba Trey Ogden. I got this one wrong. Halaba. Apparently Trey Ogden is fucking just bigger and stronger and just laid on top of him for the entire fight, which was not fun to watch. Well, he wasn't like laying on top of him. He was trying to go for stuff, but Holloway was just not going to let it happen. So it kind of ended up being a little bit dull and boring. But you know, it is what it is. Got this one wrong. Fernando Padilla fucking decided he's going to use all of his limbs, and he decided that he's going to start kicking and elbowing. And I was like, oh well, fuck, never mind. And he's fucking brutally dropped the Peruvian boxing champion. Got this one right. I knew Yusuf Zalal was going to do something good. Glad I picked him as an underdog. Uh, yeah, Zalal just like was just way better than him. Finding knees up the middle, good shots to the head. He did the Zabit. He Zabit tripped Billy Quarantillo twice. He did the Zabit trip where he like the step in like trip. He did that to Billy Q twice. I figured Billy Q would have been smart to it the second time, but no. And he subbed Billy Q in the second round with a rear naked choke. Good shit from Zalal. He took that fight on short notice too. Let's see him back in maybe like a June or July. Maybe let's see him back. I'd hope to see him back in like a July. No, maybe against a better opponent. Simon Talbot. Yeah, talked about it for 10 minutes. Edmund Shabazian knocked him out. AJ Dobson out in the first round. Oh, got dropped. Got really wobbled. Was doing the stanky leg for a bit. AJ Dobson, not that bad. I hope he doesn't get cut. He actually was doing pretty decent. He like really wobbled Edmund Shabazian. Okay, so don't cut him, please. Please, he has potential. Please, just give him one last shot. Carl Williams Jr. Tafa, and about as well as you expected. The era of fat heavyweights is ending, and Carl Williams is just not fat. He's somewhat lean, somewhat muscular, has a decent physique, and just was able to out wrestle Justin Tafa because Tafa's fat. And Rose Namajunas and Amanda Ribas is pretty boring, pretty low output, but Rose Namajunas did about as much as we expected. Just was able to mix it together really well to the body and the head, and was just the better striker, faster. I thought she was going to be able to knock out Ribas, but I was wrong. But yeah, that's about it. Peace.